This is something else I stand 10 toes down on. If you are with someone, right? Again, ladies, I think it'd be beneficial to wait until you're married, but I understand this generation, this time, it don't happen like that, right? If you were bamboozled, so say if you're dating someone and they tell you that they want to marry you, and then you get pregnant and all of a sudden stuff just switches up, right? That's why I say you gotta wait. You gotta get the ring, gotta get across that hump to see if he's serious. But if he bamboozled you, do not give that child his last name. And here's why. If he decides to leave because he doesn't want to stay, your attitude, you done got fat, whatever the case may be, whatever excuse he uses to leave, either during your pregnancy or after the baby's conceived or whatever, that baby technically has your last name by law because babies are named after their mothers. But women, we give that baby that dad's last name, well, I don't know, when he didn't marry you. Now you're called his last name every time you go pick up your child.
Um, this is the worst. Okay. This is one of the worst takes that I've ever listened to about anything in regards to women, baby mama, children. This is foolishness. Okay? This is foolishness. Let's just rewind the tape. Okay? So yes, this woman in the beginning, she did say that it would be in, a woman's best interest to be married before she has children. I agree. I'm completely down with the marry before you carry. Saves a lot of questioning, a lot of sometimes heartache, just a lot of drama if you guys are on the same page before you bring life forth into this world. I completely agree with that statement. That's the only thing I agree with that this woman said. Okay? Because then we just went, we just crash and burn real fast. When you use the word bamboozled and a woman getting pregnant, I don't understand how we can have those two words in the same sentence. And let me tell you why. Women have access to I don't know how many types of contraceptive methods. Women are the ones who are determining who is going to be born into the world. It is up to a woman. If a man says he wants a child and the woman does not want the child, guess what? She can do whatever in her right to make sure that that baby is not born. And he can't do nothing about it. He can go to the clinic. He can try to say, well, this is not fair. This is my child. I'm defending the rights of my child. And you know what they're going to say? We protect women's bodies. Women can do what they want with their own bodies. Bottom line. With no regard to his feelings, his emotions, what he wants, if that's his firstborn child, whatever the situation is, if she decides that she does not want to keep that child, he can't do nothing about it. How is it that we are telling women, that you can be bamboozled into pregnancy? You cannot be bamboozled into pregnancy. Can't nobody fool you into getting pregnant. The only person that could be the fool to get pregnant is you. You would be the only fool. You can only bamboozle yourself by thinking, oh, we're going to, do this without him putting on a hat. He's not going to put on a rubber hat, and I'm not going to take any contraceptive methods, and we're just going to see what happens. And then when you get pregnant, you shocked. What you shocked for, girl? If 1 + 1 is 2, if 5 + 5 is 10, what did you think was going to happen? So just right there, we have to stop putting the blame on the other party. Like we are just, we're just there and we have no part to play in it. Like we have no control over getting pregnant ourselves. It don't matter what the promise is. It don't matter what the situation is. It don't matter whatever the case. That's in your control. If you are out there, playing a game, playing double dutch, and you just so happen to get hit with a rope, don't be looking at the other party and making it seem like they're the villain in the story. So are you. They're actually the secondary victim. You the secondary villain. You the first one, because it started with you. Okay. Next thing she says is that if they, if they have any excuse as to why they decide to leave or don't want to be with you, whether it's your attitude or whatever the situation is, or because you gained weight, we can't just mosey over somebody's attitude. We can't just mosey over that. I don't know if you're talking about pregnancy hormones or if you're talking about just blatant disrespect that this woman is now ensuing into, the relationship with her partner because she feel like, oh, well, I have your child or I'm pregnant and you can't leave me no way, so now I'm going to treat you any kind of way. We got to clarify. Because it can't just be, you was, bamboozled, then all of a sudden he just want to run away. Things don't work like that. You might have one-off situations where a guy might be like intimidated or whatever the situation is. But if things are going how this woman stated, that's how the story usually plays out. It's never a situation where a man says he wants to marry you, you get pregnant, then he hurry up and finds a situation where he could leave the relationship. It's usually a buildup. Maybe he wants to marry you. You guys are working on some things. A lot of times, the women, instead of working on themselves and them deeper issues, you know what they do? They instead get pregnant so that they can take the focal point off of them and the things that they need to work on and try to solidify the relationship before it's actually solidified. Y'all want to talk about that? Oh. That was too real? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad. Then, this is the real kicker. Then she says that you should not be giving your child, if you are not married, you should not be giving your child their father's last name. And hold on, here's the kicker. Because people are going to call you that in a doctor's office. That's why you should not be giving the child their other half of their identity because of how it's going to hurt your feelings. Shouldn't you have thought about that before you conceived? If you did not want to be attached to this person so badly, you should not have laid up with them and had no child. You should not have brought forth life for this person that you can't stand so bad. How'd y'all make it? What happened? That don't make no sense. You just find yourself in a certain situation. Oh, I can't stand him no more. That's your fault. Oh, well, you can't stand him no more. Oh, well, that's his baby. There's a lot of reasons why a child needs to have that last name to their father. One, for their own identity. One, for bloodline causes. One, for a history of diseases and all this kind of stuff. There's so many reasons why that child needs to know their lineage of where they come from. They with you. They already know you. They need to know what's going on with their people. Who they are, where they're from, where they come from. A lot of you, what makes it even worse is that a lot of you grow up in situations where you know both parents. And you did not even grow up with this experience, but then you give it to your child. Because you don't understand the magnitude. Because you know who your father is. Because you have a relationship with your father, you don't understand the magnitude of what that child is going to carry and that void that child is going to have within their life. You can't even understand. It's bad enough if you repeat the cycle. It's worse if you never even lived it and then you decide that that's what you're going to do. All because you don't want nobody calling you his name because you can't stand him. And we got to grow up. We got to grow up. Once you have a child, it shouldn't be about you and your feelings. It should be about what's best for the child. You can't stand him. Y'all can't get along. That's still their baby daddy. Okay? That is still their father. Whether you like him or not, you should have thought about that. Whether you don't want to be around him just because, he give you the ick, you should have thought about that. Whether you don't like this and you don't like... Is he a well-fit parent? Okay, well, oh well. It's not about you. And then, you know, what's so interesting is that these same women are saying that about, you know, oh, well, so, you know, you shouldn't have given this child the father's last name. Okay, so you're married. Cool. Y'all get a divorce. They still gonna call you that man's last name. So make it make sense. Where's the logic? They're still gonna call you that man's last name if you take your child to a dentist appointment, to a doctor's appointment. Are we, you know, unable to say, well, you know, that's not my last name, that's my child's last name? Are we unable to say, you know what? I want to make sure that I take contraceptive methods. Maybe if I don't agree with them or whatever, we're going to have to stick to the, you know, to the rubber hat until whatever, because I don't want to be in a certain situation until I know that we are both committed to this relationship. Can't do that. Can't use the logic for that. We just going to keep acting like getting pregnant is an accident. We're going to keep acting like getting pregnant is a mistake that just, you know, it just jumps up on you. It just happens. Let's be real. That's not how it works. We all went to science class. This is my opinion. Again, y'all, this is my opinion. I would like to know you guys' opinions on this video in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' thought process on this entire video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.